Welcome into the CHGO White Sox pregame show. We want to open up with our thoughts and prayers to the town of Uvalde, Texas. If you missed the news today, 14 children were shot and killed, and one teacher lost their life in a school shooting today. We want to give our condolences to the family members that were affected, the community members that were affected. Very sad note to open up the CHGO White Sox pregame show with, but an unfortunate day in America, and Herb, an unfortunate day that we have to, do this again. Another horrible, horrible tragedy happening in a school.
Yeah, condolences out to the families and, like you said, the members of that community of Uvalde, Texas.
Yeah, very rough stuff, and we know that this is something that affects all Americans and has affected all Americans before. So, just hopefully everyone that is affected is at least helped in some way. It's such a difficult topic to talk about. In less serious notes, we're going to try to talk about a baseball game. The Chicago White Sox play the Boston Red Sox. Dylan Cease versus Nick Pivetta. We will be talking about Tim Anderson addressing the Josh Donaldson disrespect that happened on Saturday, and Josh Donaldson receiving a one-game suspension. We have Tim Anderson's thoughts on that. Then we have the starting lineups for both the White Sox and Red Sox, and then we'll preview the pitching matchup, Dylan Cease versus Nick Pivetta. Herb, let's go into the Tim Anderson sound, and this is from Vinny Duber. Thank you to Vinny for sending this in, our CHGO White Sox beat writer. You can follow him on Twitter at Vinny Duber. But let's go to Tim Anderson's thoughts. He will explain what happened, the timeline from 2019 when Donaldson first made the comments to what happened then on Saturday, and Tim Anderson's thoughts on hitting that home run in front of the Yankee crowd that was booing him.
Yeah, I think in 2019, he did say that, and I told him that, we don't ever have to talk again. I won't speak to you, won't speak to me if that's how you're gonna refer to me, and so I know he knew, exactly what he was doing, because I already told him. But yeah, he go to Minnesota, 2 or 3 years, don't say nothing to me because he know I already addressed it. And we get into it, me sliding back, so I push him off me. So what? And he felt the need to say it again, but he was trying to provoke me, and he knew what he was doing.
What do you make of him trying to claim there's some sort of inside joke between you?
None. None. Care less. None. I know the truth. I know what it is.
How annoying is it that you're just minding your business playing baseball? You know what I mean? Then you get caught in this story, and now we're all asking about it.
It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that sometimes, and that's cool. And I'm happy to address it as well.
Do you think Major League Baseball, handing out the punishment that they did is going to make another guy somewhere think twice? Maybe this is going to have a positive effect on some guys who might have made a comment otherwise?
Yeah, I hope they, handling the best way they could. Once again, that's out of my control. All I can do is control what I can control, and, that's coming to the ballpark and, being the best player, teammate that I could be. So, I let them handle that.
Do you hear fans in New York chanting Jackie at you or trying to boo at you?
Yeah, that was cool. That was fine. And doing nothing to motivate me a little bit more. We seen what happened. But that's cool. I'll take whatever he come with it. That's cool.
Is that part of the enjoyment of hitting that home run there?
Yeah. You need something to keep you motivated.
You need something to keep you motivated, Herb. I think we've talked about that before, especially after he hit the home run, something you kind of talked about with TA, but it really cool stuff, I think, from Tim Anderson there. I believe him. There's no reason not to believe him. That is a man that has no reason to go out and lie. He has no reason to go out and make up stuff that Josh Donaldson's saying about him. I just feel like he was disrespected by Josh Donaldson. That's what he said, and he has done nothing but, I think, give his side of the story, and he has handled this like a professional, and like a professional, what he takes from this is motivation, and we see a true superstar. It's an honor to watch Tim Anderson, and just hearing him address it like he did today in that brief minute and 45 seconds just made me fall in love with Tim Anderson more and more than I already have.
And he said it right there. Like, they're asking, like, is it a bother for you to have to answer these questions? Like, no, it's part of the thing. You know, he, like many, probably have these microaggressions against him. And he said in 2019, and Josh Donaldson said it when he was explaining that he said it back in the day. And he, in his mind, Josh Donaldson, thought, okay, cool, I'm just going to needle him with that all the time. Tim knew. We knew right at the beginning that Josh Donaldson disrespected Tim, and he meant to do it. He meant to do it multiple times. And you see the telling piece about this whole thing. Tim has been acting like a professional, but Yankees manager Aaron Boone really wasn't backing up Josh Donaldson. And you saw the comments from Aaron Judge saying pretty much Josh shouldn't have said that. And Aaron Boone said the same thing. So no one's coming to his defense. You could tell a guy who's a bad guy by how his teammates react to him. And everybody's going around Tim and making sure they're like, oh yeah, Tim's right. You see the reaction from Yasmani Grandal, the reaction from Liam Hendricks. These people want to rally around Tim and offer him, you know, some comfort from this nonsense. No one's doing that for Josh Donaldson. They know Josh Donaldson's a dick. They know he tried to do this, and it might not be quote unquote racist, but he didn't mean ill. He didn't mean good by that. He wasn't complimenting him by saying that. And being called out of your name, yeah, I would feel disrespected too by a person you don't like. Yeah, fuck Josh Donaldson. And Tim has shown nothing but professionalism. That's why that home run he hit on Saturday and Sunday night will be part of his movie. The Tim Anderson movie will come out 10 to 15 years from now. We'll be watching it, and we'll see that night. We'll see that home run. I hope it's like a middle of the road act, like the second act, and it's not the finale. But that will be part of it, because what he did is took the adversity, as he said, and made it a positive and had fuel for his fire. As we talked about before, he does that all the time, whether real or perceived. He takes slights personally and performs on the field.
Yeah, at best, you're going to walk away and see Josh Donaldson as a pest. At best, you know, at worst, you know, maybe there is more racial undertones than we know. Again, we don't know Josh Donaldson as a person, but at best, he's just walking away looking like a pest and somebody that is just going to be disrespectful to his opponent, which, you know, I'm not cool with. You know, it is a weird line. You know, Eli Stein, our guy who's still awake, Herb, by the way, said not enough games. I don't know if it is enough games. It's such a weird spot because it is disrespect at the baseline, you know, and how many games do you give for disrespect? But it definitely wasn't well intentioned. It wasn't anything meant by respect with Josh Donaldson. So it's something that I don't need to hear from. And yeah, it's really great to see Tim Anderson handle this like a professional. He's done, like I said, I think the best with what professionals can do. You know, he took the disrespect and turned it into motivation, and he just went out and did his job. And you know, I think that's what Tim Anderson has just tried to say this entire weekend. I'm a guy just trying to do my job for my teammates, trying to go out and perform and win. And that's what the White Sox have been doing recently. And it has been fun to do these games, Herb, when the White Sox are winning. And it's going to be interesting to see this matchup. The Red Sox are coming into town. I once used the descriptor shocking. I thought it was shocking the White Sox swept the Red Sox back early on in this month. And people were like, oh, well, the Red Sox stink. Well, here we are, later May, you know, same month. And here comes this Red Sox team looking a hell of a lot better than they did when they got swept by the White Sox. And I am a little bit nervous here as a White Sox fan. This is a tough Red Sox team. This is a team that is always in a tough division. They know a tough game every single game they play. So I'm nervous about the Red Sox coming to town. Nick Pivetta is a guy that gave the White Sox trouble last time he saw him, but Dylan Cease is on the bump. So how you feeling going into this one? I'm feeling a little nervous.
As always, when Cease takes the bump, when Giolito takes the bump, I'm feeling confident about the pitching. I know we're going to get that, but That was very disturbing because when the White Sox played Nick Pivetta and the Bull Sox that day, Pivetta had like an 8 ERA. Everybody else was seeing him right up until that point. Then he goes 6 innings and gives up nothing versus the White Sox. Eventually, the White Sox do win that game. But he's been pitching much better since that start versus the White Sox. So his ERA has come down from 8 to about in the mid-4s. And he does something that the White Sox should attack. He throws like 50% fastballs right now, and he's just on the border of major league average as far as expected weighted on base average versus those pitches. So if the White Sox are looking dead red, which they should be versus Pivetta because he's throwing it majority of the time, hitting corners and elevated fastball. I don't know if you got the heat map, but most of his fastballs are in the danger zone of middle to elevated. So I think the White Sox should do damage today versus Nick Pivetta. And they're winning 5 in a row, and they just had the walk-off grand slam by Franchi Cordero, so they're feeling good about themselves. But I think the White Sox are on a bigger high because they actually beat a tougher team in the New York Yankees on the road instead of winning a game at home versus, I forgot, with the Mariners.
The Red Sox. The Red Sox
just beat the Mariners like in a 5-game set or 4-game set.
Yeah, they just beat the Mariners. The Red Sox, they're looking just dangerous. I mean, that's the thing and this is a guy that Pivetta just gives the Sox trouble with his arsenal. Let's look at the 9 that are going to be taking on Pivetta, and we'll get a little bit into the stuff and how the White Sox face off against the stuff. Tim Anderson's going to be leading off. He's going to be playing shortstop. Second, Yohan Moncada, he's been playing third base. Third, AJ Pollock, he's out in left field. Fourth, Jose Abreu, he's batting fourth and playing first. Yasmani Grandal batting fifth and doing the catching duties. Batting sixth, Gavin Sheets is doing the DHing. Seventh, Leury Garcia playing second base. Eighth, Andrew Vaughn playing right field. And ninth, Adam Engel out in center field. Adam Engel doing the center field duties because Luis Robert has been activated or been put on the COVID IL. So he's going to miss this series with the Red Sox and likely going to miss the games with the Cubs. Jake Berger back up from Charlotte. But you mentioned Nick Pivetta and the stuff that he features. Very interesting that he kind of got right using the fastball, like you mentioned. The highest he's ever used his fastball this year so far, 58% on May 7th when he faced up against the Sox. I would be honestly expecting him to use a slider more just because we see how effective the Sox, really sliders kill him. We see Frank Menechino using this, the quote, slider to death. So I do think that, you're probably going to see a healthy mix of fastball from Pivetta, but that was the highest he used it last time. So I think you're probably going to see more slider usage and more curveball usage today from Pivetta. But you're right. I mean, those heat maps look promising, very high up in the zone, but there's a real nice red spot right in the middle. So if he's not fully on, we have seen the White Sox kind of, wake up a little bit with their bats.
Yeah, the numbers have looked a little bit better for the White Sox, and not having Luis Robert in the lineup for an extended period of time because of the COVID IL will hurt because a guy like this would probably fit right into his profile, not the slider part because he hates those. But if he hangs a slider, he'll murder those balls. But yeah, the White Sox should be attacking, and he's an idiot. Like any pitcher's an idiot if they throw a fastball to Tim Anderson first pitch. That's going to start the game off with a home run. Don't believe me? Do it. Tim's going to get a standing ovation today because of what he had to deal with this weekend in the Bronx and how he came out as a champion. And the last thing Pivetta should be doing is throwing fastballs. Like you said, the game plan for Pivetta should be setting him up for that slider to be the wipeout pitch. If they don't go that way and he does the 58% of fastballs, that's when the White Sox weren't hitting. Remember, they had a 6-game winning streak at that time, I believe, where they scored 4 runs or less. And that was part of it when they swept both the Cubs and the Red Sox in one full weekend. So he should be adjusting his game plan and say, you know what, I got lucky. I got versus a team that wasn't hitting at the time. Now, if I throw that 58% of fastballs, especially elevated like the heat map says, I'm going to get murdered here. The weather's not that bad. It's like 60 degrees, and the ball should be flying out of the ballpark if Pivetta's getting that up. And if he's hanging sliders, mercy. Let's go. Yeah, and AJ Pollock's hitting now, too. So we got more people who are doing better with the bat. The Luis Robert absence, of course, is going to hurt, but I think this lineup is really nice. I don't like Andrew Vaughn 8th, but hell, beggars can't be choosers. He's in the goddamn lineup, so.
Well, I mean, that frustrates me, and honestly, Moncada is an interesting person to watch because he hasn't really been performing recently. He had the 2 big home runs in that first Yankee series that he came back from, but it just seems like he hasn't been right. So, if he has a bad game, I would love to see Moncada move down and see Vaughn move up because Vaughn has been hitting. Vaughn has been getting on base just due to walks. So I would like to see Vaughn up higher. And that is something that is frustrating to see. Just, Vaughn continues to produce, and guys like Sheets and Moncada maybe aren't, but Vaughn's not getting rewarded with the lineup. And I don't know if you remember back in April, Tony said that Andrew Vaughn was going to be rewarded with the second hole
because he earned it.
Batted, yeah, he earned it. Now he's just batting 9 and 8, so that's been real great to watch. Nick Pivetta versus the Sox. Josh Harrison is 1 for 2 lifetime versus him. Yohan Moncada is 1 for 3 lifetime with him with a walk. Jose Abreu has an 875 OPS versus Nick Pivetta. Yasmani Grandal 714 OPS versus Pivetta, and Tim Anderson a 661 OPS, 2 hits in 7 at-bats. I do think that's going to turn around today, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Let's go and talk about Dylan Cease, our guy. Let's look at Cease's stats on the year because it's been interesting. Cease has been in a lot of stopper positions, games where you really need a win for the Sox. If the Sox lose this game, I don't think it's going to be a catastrophe. They got the big 2 wins on Sunday against New York, so this is kind of an easier start for Cease. You're going up against a good Boston team. If you have a bad start, you have a bad start. 43 2/3 innings so far for Cease, 3.09 ERA, 34 hits allowed, 67 Ks to 18 walks, and an ERA plus of 182. Cease has been dynamite, and like we said, Herb, in a lot of big games. So Cease has been probably your best pitcher so far in 2022. What are you expecting from Cease today?
I'm expecting dominance again. Like, he had that game, and we're talking about that Yankee game where he struck out 11. That was 2 starts ago. That's still in him. That Dylan Cease is still there, where he probably was very pissed off that he gave up that many runs, the 6 earned runs versus the Yankees. This Red Sox team is not that Yankees team, and I feel like Cease is still the same guy. The pitching is still top-notch. 98, 99 mile per hour fastballs, slider, curveball, changeup. He has the arsenal to shut down the Red Sox lineup we're going to be looking at soon enough. I'm thinking that he's going out getting 6 and 2 earned runs or less tonight. And if there's a bet for 7.5 strikeouts or over, let me go over, man. Let me go over.
Yeah, no, that's an easy bet to take. The only time he has not gone over 8 strikeouts was April 21st versus Cleveland. But other than that, 8 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts, 11, 8, 11, 9. That's been a pretty safe bet when he faced off against Boston back on May 7th. 5 innings, 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 8 Ks. So you're probably hoping for some more strikes for today from Dylan Cease. But it was Pivetta versus Cease last time these two teams faced off. The Sox did end up winning 3-1, and that was mostly due to Dylan Cease's strong outing. It wasn't a strong 6 or 7. We haven't really seen that from Cease. I think that was probably what he probably wants from his start today. Probably a good 7 innings, but hey, if you're striking out 11 guys and you're still the MLB leader in strikeouts, which he currently is with 67, I think as long as you're getting 5 or 6 innings, I'm pretty happy with what you're giving to the team. Dylan Cease last time out against the Red Sox, 47% four-seam fastball, 31% slider, 17% curve, and 5% changeup. I probably would expect maybe the same, maybe more changeup. We did see that against the Yankees, him feature that changeup a little bit more. So maybe we'll see that versus the Red Sox to throw them off. But it's going to be interesting to see.
You like the 67 to 18 ratio? Walks to strikeouts to walks.
Who doesn't? That's pretty decent. That will play, Herb. I think and even then too. I think he's probably frustrated with even 18 walks because there's been a couple games where he's been close, and I don't think his command's been that bad. So I mean, it's really been a joy to watch Dylan Cease pitch so far. Before we go pay the bills, we got Stupid Donkey asking, "How's everyone doing tonight?" How you doing tonight, Herb?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Stupid Donkey, for your $5 super chat. I'm doing very well. We're about to watch the White Sox beat the Red Sox. How can life be better as a White Sox fan?
Well, if you want to win money, you can go win money on PointsBet. So if you want to win money and have the Sox win, the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com and we will help you out. PointsBet is your home for live in-play betting, and it just got even better. Introducing PointsBet's newest feature, the live NBA same-game parlay. For the first time ever, you could build the perfect live NBA same-game parlay only with PointsBet. When you're watching the Warriors and the Mavericks tonight, you can combine your favorite bets anytime during that game. And if you want more, you can boost your live same-game parlays. You can watch live, parlay live, and boost live with PointsBet. Online sign-up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4727. Wait, 1-800-522-4700.
I got you, Sean.
What did I just say, Steven?
I think you said 4727.
Fuck. Really just making up numbers here. Do not call that number if you have a gambling problem. That will take you nowhere. All right, Herb, you want to talk about our click to picks?
Let's do it. I'm going to go with my guy, Alan Lorenz Pollock. He has come on so strong as of lately. There was a tweet from Molly Knight, who I think covered him out in L.A., said AJ Pollock's going to be really bad in April, and White Sox fans are going to be like, what the hell? And then he's going to hit 29 for his next 30, and dogs are going to be named after AJ Pollock. What a profit, because AJ Pollock has been murdering the ball as of late. Of course, that clutch home run off of Aroldis Chapman in the 9th inning the other day was big time, and I think he keeps it rolling.
Yeah, should be fun to watch. I'm excited to see if that's actually true or not, but it does feel like he's coming around just a little bit. It is a righty on the mound, so it's interesting to see him batting third, and you really probably like to see Grandal up there, but he hasn't been hitting, so it'd be nice to see him hitting. I know that Tim Anderson doesn't have the best numbers versus Nick Pivetta, 2 for 7 lifetime versus Pivetta, but there's something about Pivetta's pitches that I feel just line up with Tim Anderson's hitting style. His slider really just tailor-made for Tim Anderson to go opposite field on. So I'm excited to see Tim Anderson go up against Nick Pivetta. I think he's going to have a nice night. I see Steve and Brennan both picking Andrew Vaughn, and Jesus Shuttleworth asking if there's a post-game tonight. There will be. So after the final out is made, we will have a post-game show for you. We'll recap, hopefully, a White Sox win versus the Red Sox. Jesus Shuttleworth is going to be going with Yaz tonight. I think Herb, I think everyone's be doing well tonight after a White Sox win. I think you're probably going to see a good 6 innings from Dylan Cease, and I think this offense isn't going to stay dormant. I think that they're going to have a nice day off, and they're going to take advantage of that and have a big day. We got Eli Stein going with Abreu for his click to pick.
And I said that fight/bench clearing thing with Donaldson and Tim kind of galvanized the White Sox. You saw how they played on Sunday in the afternoon game, and then it took a little bit until the 8th inning when Vaughn got that single to drive in a run, and then I think it was Reese McGuire, then the Timmy home run. But the explosion that happened in that inning, it was because the offense is coming. It was a tough pitcher versus Luis Severino. You're going to be struggling to score runs, but they got hits aplenty that game. It's just leaving a bunch of men on. I think they've broken through. They're starting to hit a little bit better. So let's go. Eli's got Abreu. He's got 2 home runs for Abreu. Eli, see, he's in the future right now. He's in Wednesday right now in Israel. So maybe he knows. My guy Dan Payton's going with Pollock with me.
Pollock.
And Fred. Wow, Adam Engel home run tonight. You know what, Fred?
Adam Engel's a man.
You should go to PointsBet right now and look for that Adam Engel home run prop if you believe in that tonight. Rusted, our guy Rusted Cole, Moncada has a big night, 3 for 4 tonight.
Fred's a man of taste. Just picking Adam Engel to hit a home run. That's class right there. That's going and ordering the nicest champagne. Adam Engel is a professional ball player, folks, and he's proven that to you right now. He's having a good couple of games here, and I think I like that pick. If I he's the second leadoff hitter Herb. That's what we like to call him around these parts. He's a second leadoff hitter, and he's going to have a big night. And Stupid Donkey says Adam Engel robs a home run tonight. So that's good to see. And Dan Payton, love your show out in California. Love the show.
Love your suit, Dan Payton. And I love California. It's a great state.
Great state, and we're going to be in a great state after this White Sox win. Dylan Cease is going to shove, and the White Sox are going to win. Herb, what's the score?
I'm going to go with 5-2. The White Sox win 5-2. Dylan Cease gets the victory. They rough up Pivetta where he leaves the game. Then they settle in. The bullpen does a good job, but Pivetta gives up the majority of those runs.
If you're betting at home, 5 + 2 is 7. So bet the under of 7 tonight, folks. I will take the White Sox to win. I'm feeling some runs tonight, Herb. I'm gonna call it 6-3 tonight.
Okay.
I think the bullpen gives up a couple runs. Maybe Aaron Bummer has a bad night, trying to protect a 6-0 lead. And hey, he's coming back off the IL. So I think that's going to be what we see from the Sox tonight. 6-3 win though, and we're probably going to get rained out tomorrow. So let's make this one count.
Let's do it. My man Jesus Shuttlesworth is with me too. 5-2. I love it. Love it too. Edgar goes 6-2. Steve going 6-4 Sox. Everybody's positive about the White Sox victory. See how a couple wins in New York, which I was only thinking one. If they would only won one game and played that competitive as they did in New York, I would have been satisfied. That's why I'm elated right now, because the White Sox showed that they can play with the top teams in baseball when they want to, and they dominated the Yankees in that night game with 5-0 victory, and that Tim Anderson epic 3-run home run to shut those people up.
Right.
Brennan, what the hell? Oh my God, Brennan.
11-8. We'll see about that one.
Oh, Brennan, we will shout you out, brother.
Yeah, he'll be up. He'll be here to collect his receipts if that shows up. 11-8.
It's even close to that. I don't even think it's gonna be that high. Damn, Brennan.
We'll see.
I like the offense though. 11 runs. I'm in.
Let's go watch the damn game. Let's go see what happens. We'll see if it's 11-8. We'll see if it's 1-0. 3-1 was the last time Cease and Pivetta faced off. The White Sox winner in Fenway Park. Right now, the Sox are 21-20. They are trying to stay above 500, and as long as they stay above 500 until about July 4th. Then they could start kicking the Twins' ass and start taking over that division. But we'll see what happens tonight. Sox versus the Sox. Herb and I will see you after the game, and Vinny Duber will be joining us from Guaranteed Rate Field. So we will talk to you after the game, and we are excited to talk to you after a White Sox winner. For Herb Lawrence, you can follow him on Twitter at ActorWall23. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the show on Twitter at CHGO_White Sox. And thank you to Stephen Nicholas for your production. We will talk to you after a White Sox winner. Go Sox.